All my life around.
Hallelujah, give it up for the choir.
Special number. Oh, bro. Has anybody ever been blessed by a special number? I feel like, as your life turn around,
Your life changed.
because every time, be blessed as you listen. But have you been blessed?
I don't know if my life has changed, but you definitely feel emotion.
Yeah.
I know you feel emotion. Sometimes you might feel some emotion. Depending on who is leading,
And how good the choir is.
Yeah.
And how good the choir is.
yeah.
And band as well.
Yeah,
changes
true.
it.
Sometimes they will now go and undertake a song they have no capacity.
Yeah.
They have no business doing this.
That's my problem. I remember years ago, this must have been like about a decade ago when they did. I don't. It must have been 10 years ago when they did. There's power in the name of Jesus. My church, decided.
Oh.
So like
I
this
feel
was
like that's
new.
a calm song.
No, this was new though. You see
Okay,
now,
so
you see
running
now.
fresh.
Okay, yeah.
But then that was new.
Sure.
There is power.
Sure. It's not power.
There's power. Oh boy. Well, there's those new songs always murdered it. Always murdered it, bro.
One time they tried to do a Kira shared song.
Oh no, not
Is it
indescribable.
You Are?
Not indescribable.
No. This is
You Are. You Are.
Yeah, you are.
God. Oh, God.
Bro,
It seems like you have
the
experience.
problem
Oh, we
with
did it as well. We did it as well. Our own version.
no, but you see, the problem with that song is I struggle to play it.
Yeah. So
And I was the musician in church that was experienced outside of the church. Choir? Stop
Different
messing.
story. Different story.
Or they will now say, oh, there's this Marvin Sapp song. Marvin Sapp, why?
and my problem is how they practice the songs. Do you know what I mean? They
What's
listen,
practice to them? Like,
bro. They.
Oh,
Li- Joe was bad actually. Being in the church I'm in now, and obviously being in church growing up, the way we practice is very, very different. Obviously, we have to come to the practice like knowing the song.
Already knowing.
Do you know what I mean?
Now
Scoring
you
the
mean,
song.
right?
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we have to know. There's rarely any arrangements where you have to know all those type of things
Yeah.
there.
That's kind of,
My church.
That's almost like shit.
Don't say it online. Don't say it online. They watch it too. They watch it too. They watch
you guys
it.
got the same church?
you know the church.
I know. But back in the days, bro, we were listening to whoever
You put
it is.
it- you put
put
the
on the
phone to the
microphone. The microphone.
You put the phone to the mic.
Did you hear what
like
he did?
that.
They said power.
So you lot were in choir, so I'm probably the odd one out here, right? Because
Oh, you were not the choir.
I was in the choir.
Can you play anything?
Crazy.
I didn't play any instruments.
What was your drum?
Cameraman.
Oh, okay.
Technical department.
Yes, I wouldn't know. Technical, man.
You know what?
Did
The
you-
technical
sorry,
department
sorry.
is always just made up of. You know how to move it up and down.
Main up of Christianity in African church.
Yeah, bro.
Because you always had this one guy,
Yeah.
this one uncle that just refused to change.
Yeah.
Just completely refused to change. So we can't hear it. It's fine, I can hear it. But everybody else can't.
Just tap the mic. 1, 2, on 2.
But in their defense, like they can't like listen to everybody because if like everybody can't hear themselves at some point.
Yeah,
So-
but that, I guess it's
get to baseline.
it's not the technical department's team. It's not the problem. It's not they don't have a clue what they're doing either. Do you know what I mean? It
depends.
I think if the sound system is sick and all these type of things, there is a whole different ball game. And if people know what they're doing, you know what I mean. These guys, all they know how to do is that knob, put it up. Can you hear yourself?
Decrease the volume.
No, that's all they do is
That's all
volume.
they do.
You know, because
Okay, it's too loud.
Just bring it down.
there's so many other things
Ask
you
them
could
to
do.
do reverb. They will shake. They will shake.
Reverb.
Oh,
Is that
Reverb.
like the echo thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were technical or you were just camera.
Camera. That's my own forte.
So you guys were doing live stream before. As in, wait, have you been doing camera long time ago, or is it just like recent thing?
No, I've been doing camera like before COVID. Yeah, long before COVID.
So you guys live streaming?
Yeah, we were live streaming on YouTube. Yeah, before that. Yeah.
Do you know what
Fair.
I've always realized? Yeah, those churches that have no business recording but are recording. What's the reason?
No, it's what ICCG. When you see big churches do it, you just let's copy the
yeah, just
model.
broadcasting
But like-
trash.
Let's copy the model.
You're
bro.
not watching it
Just
back.
copy the model,
Like-
bro. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, like
Let's-
you're not watching it back. No improvements, just everything. Put the camera on. What for?
Yeah.
They just want. Every church has probably that one terabyte hard drive in the technical department that's just full. That's just full.
It's interesting. Mike Todd, Transformation Church. He said when he just became the church pastor, he he used the church budget to get cameras. Like I think it's about 45,000.
Yeah, I
Like
heard
he
that.
just
Yeah.
used a mad budget to get cameras. But like, I think here's my thought on it. Like, okay, let me rewind. I was in the church recently where the church, like, as in, things are decent. I've been to the church before, came back recently, and broski, I don't know why this guy's laughing, but I came back recently.
I'll tell you the shut up.
Please.
And bro, as a bear in mind, okay, when I left the church, when I wasn't, oh boy, oh boy, Steve-O, you know, oh
Coins are
boy,
there, don't worry.
Sha. When I was, but last time I was in the church, the choir had no parts. Like I said, literally,
Yeah,
it's all melody.
Like that, yeah.
We sing the
And not even good melody. Just
just strong, just straight on EA and all these, right? So that was them. The camera was whack. All these stuff, like, wasn't great quality. And then boom, I've come back maybe a little while later, and they've improved everything. Like, camera's good. I'm hearing 3 parts. I'm hearing soprano. I'm even hearing alto and tenor. I said, okay. There's this. Okay, a lot of stuff massively improved. And then I heard, cool, we're going to spend about 30 bags getting a LED screen. I'm thinking.
you were doing the right thing, and now you just
No, ask them the desk they have. It's not even digital. It's still analog.
Yeah, still analog there.
Behringer. Midas.
I don't even know what. It's one of those, bro. It's one of those where we're still doing.
Doesn't move on its own.
Bro, so I don't get this. They only spend 30 bags, 30K.
Yeah.
on an LED screen.
So you know LED walls.
Yeah.
Those like American churches.
Yeah.
And so here's what I was trying to get at. Is like, I think sometimes churches, and it's not only churches that are in this category, but we look at sort of America or Nigeria, and when they have massive productions, and like what they have behind them, the screen.
Yeah. It's
Let's
nice.
get a screen. So no, they have so many things. They had so many levels before they got to that
Screen's
screen.
probably the last thing.
screen was-
they
yeah,
add.
do you
It's
know what I
always
mean?
the last thing because you get your lights, you
get
get
your
your good
sound.
PA system proper. Yeah. And then you can say, okay, and then you not get everyone on in-ears first.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's get an
And
LED
you also might
screen.
have some people in the church as well.
Yeah. That's it.
It'd always be good to have a congregation. always be good
30 bags on LED screen with 5 members is wild.
That's actually crazy.
It's wild.
Bro,
It's
no,
wild.
I just think some people jump before they can even run. Like, just like, hey, let's see how a better sound system will work, and let's see how get the guys into in-ears, and let's see how a carpet will work. You know, let's see how if we can get a lighting system, how all these type of things there that can gradually improve the production of the place. Then we can say 30 bags makes sense, and then nobody's looking at you like, because I think that's 30 bags. I think that LED screen stands out now. It's like it's just like this random thing, like in a space that doesn't meet up everywhere else. It's just this random thing that's just like boom. Come in.
Yo.
Just try and go around. There's chairs in that room. You can bring it out, yeah. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things that I find yeah.
If my dad tells me we're getting LED screen, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
And most times they can't justify it.
Yeah.
It's just
Because I like it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Looks
nice.
good. Let's put the church logo on it. Boys, obviously the weather has been mad now, yeah. But I was thinking about it this morning. Do you guys dress better in winter or summer?
winter. All day, every day.
Yeah.
I think winter, yeah. Because you can layer.
Yeah, because summer is just nakedness.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's skimpy.
For you.
Yeah.
No, for you. I've seen you. I've seen
Nah,
you.
Steve, bro,
Steve,
like,
regardless the season, Steve's gonna be naked.
Am I naked now?
And now, look at your arms.
It's
Show your arms.
-2 and you have a t-shirt on, bro.
You guys have insulated the place.
I beg.
So yeah, trust you.
So do you? So what was it like? You're better.
I like my coats and, jumpers
Yeah,
and stuff.
I love
like
a
that, yeah.
jacket hoodie combination. I
Same.
love that.
I'm just so like even in the summer I was wearing hoodies, bro.
Bro,
That's wild. Why are you doing that? Like,
It's just, bro, man. Do you know what? Sometimes you're just cold inside, bro.
No, that's not the issue. So you wear hoodie in the summer to cover
Oh,
certain
bro,
things.
you had to cover, bro.
Do you know what I mean? You know when
This-
when you know
Yem's
when
fitness. I mean, you guys have the.
Wait, why did you assume what he's covering? Ask him what he's covering.
No, he's right. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, straight away,
I'm
like,
just going off of his
you know when the six pack is extra shy. So
Bro, let me tell you this summer.
So-
This summer, you're not gonna see me with clothes. By the grace of
I'll
God.
be naked with all of you.
Oh boy,
come
Let's
on.
go.
oh
I'll
boy,
be naked with all of you.
my arms will be on show.
Let's go.
By accident, you be. Oh, I'm just.
We will hold you accountable.
You know those boys, yeah.
No, we'll hold you accountable.
We'll hold you accountable.
Hold me don't hold me anyhow. but hold me accountable. Boys, you know those boys, yeah, that they know they got a six pack and now they're
They'll be like,
all of a
oh,
sudden they want to rub their belly. You want to rub your belly. Bro,
Is that what you're on, yeah?
I can't do it now, bro.
Is that what you're going
But
to
it's
be on, yeah?
summertime.
100%.
Summertime.
Should I tell you who's worse than that? Yeah, you know the boys with good quads.
Oh yeah,
You're not wearing 5-inch shorts.
Hey, man, don't wear boxer.
Ronaldo.
You can't wear boxer and those shorts together. It doesn't make sense because that's the length of your boxer.
Oh boy,
Piss me
oh
off.
boy. That's
Oh man,
this next season of my life.
I would join them.
I've got to be like that. I've got to be like
That's
that.
the
bro.
goal. That's the aim.
Goal, that's the aim. I have to be, bro.
Have you man seen what's his name? Cat Williams this
I
week.
knew you were gonna say that.
Oh,
No, we
Cat-
have to speak
He's
about
all
it,
over the-
right? No, you see, aside from what he's saying, right? No interview can top it this year. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
20 million views in what? 2 days, 3 days at most.
Crazy.
He said he came. Talk to me, cause I didn't watch the.
I can't like, you're gonna have to explain who's Cat Williams.
He's a comedian, right?
Cat Williams.
So
Cat Williams,
Cat
bro.
Williams is a comedian.
Pimp Chronicles.
Serious comedian.
Of course,
OG,
I know.
right?
I know
Yeah,
Cat
okay.
Williams, yeah.
So
I'm just shocked that
he goes on
Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the guy's actual name?
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp. He's he
Yeah.
used to be
Footballer,
a footballer,
Oh, yeah.
then football commentator, and then he's not doing podcast. And he goes on there and he literally he comes with a gun and just goes pa 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 pa, pa shoots at everybody,
All the Steve Harveys. and all that,
everyone.
yeah.
And bro,
Kevin Hart as
even
well.
comedians I've never heard of, he's shooting at them. and the maddest thing was like, all of you decided to now come out and defend yourself. So there must be a certain amount of truth to what he's saying. Bro, I'm scrolling through. I'm seeing Ice Cube. What are you talking for? 9-minute video on Twitter.
It's crazy.
Do you know what's interesting to me, right? So I didn't watch the. Obviously, I didn't watch the interview.
You don't even need to. I promise. Everything's on.
Yeah, no, bro.
everything's on.
The reason being is because I thought Kat is extremely. He's probably one of the best comedians that we have. Like he's extremely talented, but I think he's hurt as well. He's like really. He's really a broken person. Like call it a spade.
Why?
For you to like spend, the interview was like 2-3 hours.
240, 245, something
Yeah,
like that.
coming out. And I know he says he's defending comedy or whatever it is. I've seen small clips here and there, but it's like to name all those guys and say Hollywood is this and they're doing this. It's for me when people always say that. And what's this guy's name? Mike Epps.
Yeah.
He did that for Kevin Hart time ago.
Yeah.
Then he started working with Kevin Hart. It's like all this Illuminati and all this, and I started working with Kevin Hart. It's like when you're outside,
He's outside the club.
you're outside the club. But when you're inside, we're working together now.
I think it's the same situation.
It's
though.
not
I
because.
think, but Cat's issue for me is always that he's been doing this for years. He's been at these guys for years.
Yeah.
And he's always at the guys who are doing well.
But the problem is, Cat Williams is equally doing well.
And he's equally as funny. Probably
No,
even
he's
funnier
funnier.
than them.
No,
He's funnier
I
than them.
agree.
Yeah,
he's
he's
funnier.
equally doing well. Do you get me? He's equally as funny or funnier than a lot of these guys. And everything that he said has been, a lot of the things he said were substantiated. Do you get me? He said, Steve Harvey, he jacked one of my jokes. Someone literally put up a
Cedric
video.
the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer jacked one of my jokes. People literally put videos of him
Side
doing
by
it.
side.
And a few years later, an ex-person doing it. Do you get me? He's doing this person jack one of my jokes.
It's always been comedy though.
That's, you see, the issue is
they're always jacking each other's jokes.
but the currency of comedy is the joke. No, not even the joke. The currency of comedy is the premise. Do you get me? It's like this is a story, and the comedians that we like the most are people that are telling stories about their lives in a way that we can all relate to. Even though I've never been in that situation, but I can imagine myself in that situation. Now imagine like it's the same thing. Like you're a rapper, and I'm now releasing a bar. I'm now saying 24. Those are your bars.
Yeah, now,
And
but if you're from the 24, you can rap about the 24, bro.
I know, but like I'm jacking your bars. Like, you did the work. It is your situation. You penned it down, and all I had to do was just. Not only did I even write it.
You use the same cadence.
No, not even that. I listened to the song and now Google KD lyrics and I copy and paste and I put it on my phone. I went to studio to record it.
But that's what we're assuming. That's what Steve and them did. Like I think in general, I've always seen it. No comedian is not. I'm not saying no comedian, but comedians are all cut from like the same cloth. Like they're all sort of doing the same jokes in different ways. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you can't say that about comedians. You can't.
yes, you can.
You can't.
Of course,
give
you
me an
can.
example of that because I don't like.
Bro, okay. If you look at so mainly topics, right? Chris Rock and Kevin Hart. That they're not doing the same joke, but it's like okay. For example, they talk about the kids.
Yeah.
Or Eddie Murphy. Who hasn't copied Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, but like copying someone's jokes is different to copying like the way they do things. Or,
Yeah,
No, but
it's different.
but he's not.
Okay,
If
let me-
Cat Williams is saying he took my jokes is one thing.
Okay,
but I don't think that's the problem.
let me give you the
that's
example.
that's just part of all the things. That he's
Yeah,
talking
Yeah,
about.
let
yeah.
me give you the Cedric the Entertainer joke. What's his name? Cat Williams did a joke of him driving in a car, and like I can't remember the context of the joke completely, but he did a joke of him driving in a car, and then he's now doing all the movements of him driving, talking to people outside the window, all of that stuff. Cedric the Entertainer did the exact same joke in a spaceship, all the exact same movements, talking to people outside,
Literally the exact same thing.
but the exact same thing. And I was watching, I'm just like,
I don't know. I do understand. Like for example, if we did like there was one time was where we started a pod, and we obviously came with the flop jar idea, and then we had some like dudes from like the farm somewhere. They were like
Farm, what county were they from?
I couldn't tell you. One of those ones.
anything that's not Dublin is a
Anything
farm.
that's Dublin. And
why people outside Dublin hate us.
I do apologize to everyone that's outside Dublin. I genuinely love you, apart from these people that are from the farm. But no, they just did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And but I found it funny, and also I found it like inspiring people.
They weren't a threat. Okay, so you had an idea that made you 20 grand in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And somebody comes and jacks your idea and makes 20 grand. That's 20 grand you could have made.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, I just think this is the world.
I don't agree with the
This is
analogy.
the world
but
of
I
creativity.
agree with the fact that
the analogy
they're not a
doesn't-
threat.
Yeah, they're not a
They
threat.
weren't a threat to you.
Yeah, I understand.
You didn't even consider them a threat. You laughed at it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But like, you know, my thing is
But imagine someone bigger
Yeah.
than you taking your idea and doing it.
snapping.
Now
yeah.
it's their idea.
Yeah.
That's
they'll
the
probably
situation.
think,
Yeah,
That's
you'd
the
be snapping.
situation.
But again, Cat Williams is bigger than Cedric the Entertainer.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Commercially,
Yeah,
Cedric
fair,
is
but
probably bigger than him.
Cat, but Cat is not. It's not a small boy. Do you know what I mean? It's not like if it was Kevin Hart that jacked Cat's jokes, then okay, I see it. You know what I mean? Because Kevin Hart is like the biggest comedian in the world. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's a bigger sort of issue there. So I'm not even so much like saying that he's hurt from only that perspective, because like people do that. These things happen all the time, right? I think the reason I wasn't turned off from watching that thing is like I just knew it was all about him complaining.
Yeah.
And so for example, I would watch a Kevin Hart interview, and he wouldn't feed into.
He just motivates. That's what he does.
He's just like, hey, there's room for all of us. Whether he's a plant, whatever it is, he's giving us a different perspective of like, don't hate on these people, like bring them up. Do you know what I mean? So I just mainly didn't want to feed into it because I felt like all he was going to do was just be negative. Whether he's hurt or he has a reason to be negative for 2 hours just to be like calling people out.
Yeah.
For me, it's like,
It's just I think for me the only thing that I really enjoyed is the fact that like he got all these people that would otherwise not say anything.
got bothered.
They were
Kevin
all
Hart responded.
bothered. Bro,
Yeah.
everyone from up down
Yeah.
like has responded. It's kind of like if he was actually chatting shit, I don't believe he would respond at all.
Yeah. No, I think
Or-
there's always
or-
truth in everything, but a lot of the things were conspiracy.
Like, I think the one conspiracy theory thing that he said that like was the whole thing of his life kind of took a turn. Well, maybe not his life, but his career kind of took a weird turn when he started refusing to play a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he literally said, all y'all niggas have played like women, and all of them
The
niggas
receipts.
have like all of them niggas have done it, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like it is really weird. There's something really.
I'm not disputing the fact
And
that
then
there's weird stuff going on in that Hollywood place.
Even one of the comedians came out and literally said, after I did that, like my life just went this way, like went left. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there's some truth to certain things he's saying, and I feel like he obviously has a perspective from being in there to see those things. But the issue is, I don't think the only problem with him is he's not a good. He's not the person anyone wants to hear from.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Do you get me? If Kevin Hart came out and said everything he said about Hollywood,
Oh, bro.
It's different.
everyone's kind of be like,
different.
for
different,
real.
yeah.
But like, Kevin Hart's life will probably change negatively as a result of it, and no one is willing
And
to.
Kat, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Kat says that, we're like, okay, yes, maybe he's intentionally saying that I'm trying to stay out of Hollywood and all these type of things. There, fair enough, you know. So it's like, it really does sound like the guy's outside the club.
But he does sound jaded.
He does, but
That's for
like,
me.
but then if you hear some of the other things that's happened to him as a result of him turning down certain things, you'll understand why he's jaded.
Okay.
Like saying things like his kids were taken away from him as a result of him responding to certain things. Do you get me? Or him getting arrested or going to prison over a certain period of time, and he wasn't doing anything else around it that would cause that to happen.
Okay,
but like he's just connect.
That's what he's saying.
No, I understand.
I never listen to people who blame everybody else. I never listen to those people. Because if you can never take... So what Kat's saying, 100% of the things that have happened is everybody else. And I don't think that's in anybody's life they can say that.
I don't know if that is it, though. I don't know. Like,
there's a lot more nuance.
Yeah, it's very
100%.
nuanced. I get where you're coming from, though.
Here's if I was to give a comparison of somebody who got ostracized by the industry, Dave Chappelle. Look at how he carries himself, and he carries himself as goated. He came back. My jokes is going to do the talking, right? He talked about all what Hollywood was trying to make him do. He talked about all those type of things there, and he went away. He came back.
He's the exception, though.
But
no, not to dispute anything you're saying.
Yeah.
Not to dispute anything. I agree with everything you're saying.
But
I'm just saying that, like, so Dave Chappelle is like once in a generation talent. Like, he will always be one of one. So he has certain exceptions that, like.
But Dave wasn't the Dave. Like, Dave Chappelle was obviously great when he's coming up on what's that show?
SNL.
SNL. Like, he was great when he's doing that, but he, like, obviously it wasn't the status he was today. He was really coming up on the rise. That's why he was offered that sort of big contract, which he turned down and all these type of things there. So Dave hasn't always been Dave, if you get what I'm trying to say. The Dave that we sort of, I was going to say honor, the one that we revere now isn't the same Dave of 25 years ago.
He went away after his, like, specials, like Killing Me Softly and all that.
Yeah, he went away for a long time. Yeah, it was after that.
Those specials were crazy, though.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I'm not disputing. I'm not disputing that he's like, Dave wasn't doing bits. He was definitely doing bits. I just think this is someone who had issues with the industry as well, but didn't come back saying...
He doesn't come back jaded, but he doesn't... He does say that the industry...
He finds a clever way of saying what he wants to say.
That's what I'm trying to say. I have no problem with you... Like, for example, I have no problem with somebody saying the industry is messed up.
Yeah.
But taking hold of the career and saying, I'm going to make the narrative for myself.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? David said, like, yo, I'm doing this. This is who I am. Nobody's going to, like... He literally said, all your communities... Whether it's alphabet, black, white. He says,
did you see his latest one? His latest special on Netflix.
It was no.
What? He has a new one.
He has another one on Netflix.
David,
and he apologizes. And then he goes back into it again.
No, it is masterful. There's like a 3-minute bit on Instagram. The misdirection was crazy.
Oh my goodness! You need to watch it. I
don't even want to say it. It was. I'll ruin it.
But
it was crazy.
That's my thing with Dave. Like, he's able to say, I'm going to let my talent do the talking.
Yeah.
So, and I personally, maybe it's just a me thing, I personally respect artists or entertainers in any field that lets that artist do the talking and doesn't respond. So if I ever see somebody do a 2-hour interview about other people, for me, that person's not taking responsibility.
Yeah.
So this wasn't even this was him just ranting, was it?
Yeah, he was just giving out.
Like,
Yeah, just giving out. He literally just was shooting at everybody. That's
But it's caused the internet, if anything, and here was my sort of analysis on this as well. I think Ice Cube, Cedric, who else?
Steve Harvey.
All of them,
Kevin
bro.
Hart, everyone.
Okay,
like,
okay,
literally,
okay.
the list is,
Bar
just keeps going.
Kevin Hart. Who have you heard from in a while?
None of them.
They responded because his that
He
name
liked
is
their
that name
fans.
is
He brought them all
it's
up.
publicity.
But the problem is though, like there was also a lot of good stories about him.
Yeah.
People are just like, yo, this guy has helped me in X amount of ways. Do you get me?
Birthday boy. Must say
I
everybody.
have a story.
Are you good?
I'm good.
I it's not here.
Sorry, Sky downstairs.
No.
Ooh.
See you guys. Let me see you.
Yeah, like he was just
Yeah.
going on about how many people. What was I saying? Yeah, how
he's done good
yeah,
for
he's
people,
done
yeah.
he's done good for so many people.
Yeah.
29 million views.
Jesus
Jeez,
Lord.
people are really
3
eating
days
that
ago.
up.
29 million views. Nah.
Damn.
I'm like Shannon Sharp though. It's only good for him.
Oh yeah.
It's only.
Because I
good
know
for
he's
him.
put out bits like he's like
No, he literally
How
dropped the
William
episode.
talks about Kevin
chop,
Hart.
chop,
Yeah,
chop,
yeah.
chop, chop,
Oh,
chop,
bro.
bro.
Type
oh bro.
The one thing I was actually seeing, when I was watching the interview, I kind of got annoyed because he wasn't giving any pushback. Originally,
He doesn't do that though. He lets people come and speak their piece.
exactly. So, like that was originally what I was thinking. But then I spoke to Jordan about it, and he goes, he doesn't do that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
So I was just like, it kind of makes him sort of the person. It will make him the person that anyone will just come and sit down and just say whatever
It's
they
like
want.
drink champs. People come, they get celebrated. You're not really gonna get pushed back.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
you talking your shit.
Yeah, if that's the sort of the format of your channel, then I guess
There's other
it's
places
alright.
that you get pushed back.
Yeah, you
That's
definitely
fine.
like
And
yeah.
he said it as well. He
Like
just-
Breakfast Club, you get pushback.
Oh, yeah.
Like Charlemagne is definitely gonna ask you.
He's gonna ask you
Questions.
something unrelated.
Yeah,
And then he'll ask you.
I think it's interesting. Yeah, boys, you had your event yesterday, innit?
We did.
We had an event yesterday, yeah.
How was it?
Like that. Speechless.
Oh, really? Just like
It was good.
was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I
Okay.
wish we had other people to come and talk about it themselves.
yeah.
No, we thought it was really good, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you can be objective?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we don't have anything necessarily to gain from it, if that makes sense. Like,
Okay, apart from the
from the
conversation,
community and the conversation, yes, I
Yeah.
think we can
be objective about it. Okay, because you know some people will just say, "Yeah, my event was great."
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
really?
but what-
It's
yeah.
your event. You know what I mean?
Boys, I'm so annoyed. My phone just smashed again.
Just there.
Yeah, boys.
Oh man.
This is the. I'm not even joking. This is about the sixth or seventh time.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7th time.
Same phone. Oh yeah, you know what, boys? It's just 120 quid.
It's time for a new phone, no?
I think
Huh?
maybe time for any.
Time for a new phone.
And maybe a case.
Hey,
Yeah,
No, no,
have a
but
case
what
on
are you
it.
doing? Like,
I know screen
Maybe a
protector.
case. Like the thing is glass, front and back. Glass smashes when it drops.
I hear it. No, I hear it.
fault.
I hear it, but it's just like cases annoy me, bro.
Yeah.
And so does 120 quid.
So you need to decide which annoys you
Which
more.
one? Yeah, case.
120 quid.
No, genuinely, like I would genuinely like if I give me a brand new phone, give me a 15. Is it 15 now or 16?
Yeah, 15, I think. Yeah.
Give me a 15 now.
You're going to spend another 120.
you like
Yeah,
spending money, that's why.
That would be 840 you spent on your phone.
Still not a new phone though.
It's still not a new phone.
Still not a new phone.
I mean, if you had one case, you would have saved
You would've
yourself
saved that.
840 euros.
Yeah.
I have it like that, bro. 2024, I have it like that.
By faith, yeah?
By faith, I have it like that, bro. We're gonna get into the 100 folds in a second, boys. But I remember, I was thinking about this during the week. What is the difference between someone, or is there a difference between somebody changing in a relationship and somebody growing? I know they could be intertwined, but it's like, for example, you got with her, she's smooth, everything's, you got with what you got with, and then, or is that maybe her revealing herself? Let me just finish it. You got with her in winter because it was cold.
Yeah.
She was wearing jacket. Summer come now, everything she naked. So do you have a right to sort of like I have no context to sort of
I mean, can you?
this.
Let me just like, would you not have seen like her pictures?
I was about to say, I was like, in this modern day and age,
No, boys, you might talk about modern day, bro. Check bare girls' Instagram, one picture or no picture. Everything's on the highlights.
That's very
But
true.
don't mind these
and
chicks.
even in the highlights, it's always on holiday, so you don't actually know what you're doing Dublin.
Don't ever say that check your Instagram. Instagram is not a good place anymore, bro. You can't check those things, really.
people know.
It's
People
private
know.
story, bro.
So the guy's unhappy now that, or he's what? Was his?
That's- She's always naked.
Bro, I'm saying you now. Winter, you found wife in winter because she was wearing jackets.
She wearing long coats.
Long coats.
Okay.
She was just cold. But then summer she shows it's not cold anymore.
Okay.
Let's dress for summer.
I think you need to do better research.
But okay, how do you conduct that kind of research?
Like,
Actually, I just wanted to. The second I asked the question, I kind of knew the answer, but I still want you to say it anyway.
you know the answer, right? Like, there's obviously like what's on the page, right? No one's not gonna have pictures. No one's not gonna have no pictures. If you don't have any pictures of yourself on your page,
No.
I don't want to like.
Not even
talk
that,
to
bro.
you,
Not even that, bro. She's got winter pictures. How about that?
That's weird.
No, bro.
That's weird.
If you go, I'm telling you now, you could go on, not any girls, but you could go on a lot of girls' pages, bro. They're not even dressing like that type of way, bro. They just got their, even if it's not winter, they just got like nice fits on, and they got like 3 pictures, and then the rest is just highlights, bro. And it's nails.
That's weird. That's weird.
Girls, yeah, with me now. It's nails.
There needs to be something.
There needs to be something that you can hold
Yeah.
that this girl can do this kind of thing.
These girls are
I think
diff.
that kind of thing you can find out in conversation.
Yeah.
Boy.
Or if you have boys and you're like, okay, you know this girl, tell me a little bit about her.
Yeah.
So
But what do they call it?
Stop looking at your phone, bro.
Bro, no, the ink is coming down slowly, bro.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. No, so what you saying?
Will you learn your lesson though? Will you get a phone case?
No.
You like this?
I like the pain, bro. I like the pain. No, so you said you find out
Do a
from two
CRB,
conversations.
bro.
True conversation, yeah. Like, are you the type of person that likes to dress naked in the summer?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not gonna word it like that, but
No, but yeah, you wouldn't word it like that.
but
But
like you find a way.
How are you when it's 30 degrees?
No,
Is that-
what you do is you see an Instagram picture of an outfit and you be like, what do you think it is?
she goes, don't really like it. Because she doesn't like the color.
Oh no, then you see,
I'm not trying to say to you, you can do your research. I don't like it because of the color. But she actually likes the idea of nakedness.
you know how
boy.
you know how inquisitive I am. I would say, is it the color or the
Exactly.
texture?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. The conversation has to get deeper than just the color. Yeah.
It's her body.
I will not say, oh, your body is better. Give my compliments. But would you wear this?
Or like, leading up to that time, she might even have asked you, oh, I'm thinking of getting stuff for the summer. What do you think about this? From there you can pick up.
And they always have pictures on their phone, even if they don't post it, they'll have it on their phone as well.
Okay, so you guys are saying that once you do a great CRB check,
I feel like the question you're trying to
lie
ask
to
is,
ourselves, man.
okay, you met this girl, she was dressing this way, and all of a sudden now
And
she's
it's not even dressing, right? So I just use that as an example of just to sort of
just to illustrate growth versus changing.
growth or change. It's
Yeah.
like could somebody, for example, have been a certain way and then change in a different sort of time of their life, or is that growth?
I think the difference between growth and change is whether you like it or not.
Yes, I was thinking about that as well. I was thinking about that as well.
It's whether I like it or not. So if you are the type of person that likes going out, and your girl didn't like going out, and she grew to like going out, you would call it growth. You wouldn't call it change. But if you're a homebody and all of a sudden she likes going out more, it's
Change.
like
It's
that's
changed.
changed.
Yeah,
It's like you've
Based
changed.
on
I don't
how you
like the
do
fact
that.
that
I agree
you've
with that.
changed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you get me?
That's what I was thinking about as well.
It's completely subjective.
Yeah.
It's completely subjective.
But then isn't that just growth anyways? Like we call it change, but isn't it just growth?
I guess, yeah. So either could be both, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause
growth
how-
could be
They're very
change.
similar words, but I think when you're talking about growth, let's say you're doing something and you're starting out on a like low scale, but then as time goes on, you progress. It's still the same thing, but it's like evolved into something else. Whereas changes, you're doing this, but then
You stop doing that.
you're doing something completely different. That's
Yeah,
change.
there's a difference.
You
There
know?
is a difference. There's
Yeah.
a difference. There's a difference.
Because
100%.
and then how I know what everyone's capable of changing, but how capable are we of changing? Like at this age,
I think you have a foundation of who you are.
Yeah, 100.
Do you get me? And
Yeah.
I think like with time, once you're like, for example, like snow now, yeah. Snow is very.
Oh, by the way, guys, this guy is in Red Sea.
Is in the Red Sea.
Legit.
He's with the mummies.
Yeah, legit. He's in Egypt right now. He's like, yeah.
But like you see, snow is very chill.
Yeah.
Snow is not going to wake up tomorrow and start being high energy guy.
Bro, have you seen that guy? Yo, what's happening, family? It's your boy KD, and Where's Your Head At have just partnered up with Yems Fitness. So, as the year's coming to an end, the new year's approaching, everybody's trying to look fit, everyone's trying to be fit, everyone's trying to get into the fitness, everyone's trying to, be fit again. Yems Fitness is an online health and fitness coach who has been transforming lives for so long. If you're just looking to lose body fat,
gain muscle, or just improving your overall fitness and health, Yams Fitness is the perfect person for you, and all you got to do is sign up. What he offers is full training, nutritional support, accountability, frequent check-ins, and access to the Yams Fitness community. All you guys have to do is use Where's Your Head at promo code WYHA10, and you get 10% off of all the one-on-one coaching packages, and you will thank us for it. Trust me, you will thank us for it. Don't miss out on this. The offer does end by the 31st of January, so hurry up, right? Love you guys.
No, he's not.
That guy's a crackhead, bro.
He's not
People
gonna.
don't know that guy, bro.
He's not gonna wake up and be you tomorrow.
Bro,
Like
we don't know that guy, bro.
Okay, you.
I know what you mean, I know what you mean.
You
I know
exactly.
what you
Thank
mean,
you
I know
very
what
much.
But people don't know what that guy is.
Change.
Growth and change are they not the same thing? Is growth not a type of change?
It is.
It could be.
So it's
It
like,
is.
so when someone say you've changed, have I changed for the better or for the worse? So
For the worst, yeah.
for the better would be growth. For
Growth,
the worse
yeah,
would
for
be, I
the
don't
worse,
know,
yeah.
I don't know what's the
Negative
opposite of-
change,
Yeah,
yeah.
negative
Yeah.
change.
Negative change.
So like
Yeah.
they're the same thing, no?
But then I just agree with like what Tom said. Like where at the start, if you like, it's based on how I receive that growth.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Based on
Like,
your
it's-
expectations, yeah.
that if I receive it as growth, it's most likely because it benefits me in a certain way. If it's
Let's say you've been having a conversation with your missus about, oh, I need you to communicate to me more.
yeah,
If she starts communicating with me more, you're going to be like,
you have
she's grown. You have grown.
You have grown.
You have grown.
Yeah.
And
Is that not what keeps the relationship going though? Anyways, communication. So that's growth.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
And
because, yeah.
again, like we always say, like for example, you get with your girl at 21, and then in 10 years' time, you're gonna grow, and you're going to be different people than you were when you were 21.
completely, yeah.
And
You might have some fundamentals.
someone from the outside will look at you like you might have changed, but really, nah, we're just grown, and we kind of like. I think when you're in a relationship, right, you're thinking about we're gonna grow together.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you don't account for the time where like she's gonna be different from where I am, and I may not like that person. That's why I'm almost like, how do people not like their partners or their wives or whatever it is? Like, genuinely, when they were 25, they genuinely liked each other, I believe.
Yeah.
That's why hence why they said, let's marry each other.
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, it's like, I hate the sight of her.
Do you know what?
guess-
I was having a conversation with my missus last week, and it was about like, I was kind of saying to her like, oh, I don't like how certain of your friends, in quotation marks, walk all over you, right? Right. So when I was having that conversation with her, I realized in that moment that when she grows in this area, not to say that I walk all over her, but the opportunity for me to walk all over her will be gone as well, right?
100%.
Meaning that change, it may affect me.
Yes,
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
It will affect me.
Oh,
but like, and for her, the person that she needs to become to be the person that doesn't is like always calling shit out. Like, I don't like your tone here, or I don't like.
so for you as well, I mean,
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So my thing is, I lost my point. It's gone. I'm so irritated. What were we talking about before?
But then the thing is like,
like she grow to hate the person.
Oh,
Yeah. So
good point,
okay.
yeah.
So I think it's in those instances
Yeah.
that like you can grow to hate a person because you may have been pointing out something in the other person's character without the realization that I will also be the receiving end of this.
On that thing,
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't like you. Well, you told me that,
should be to change.
and I've changed, and you don't like me anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because we
what
all
did you think was gonna happen?
You got with the girl for a certain reason.
Yeah.
For the type of person she was, which is fair, which is good. But I think that's why I think when sort of looking for a life partner, I think you should look at some things that shouldn't change. Does that make sense?
It's like, that's what I'm saying. The
fundamentals.
fundamental of a
Yeah.
person's character. Are they honest?
Yeah.
Are they? Do you insert those fundamentals
Yeah.
there? But like those things will always transcend any other change.
Because dressing can change tomorrow now. Somebody can come. Oh boy.
What do you have?
I'm confident against what happened. Hey, listen, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm strong. But I've seen it for some of the brothers.
for better for worse, bro.
I'm up, bro. Me, David, easy. As for me and my household, shall praise the Lord. Serve the Lord.
I hear that though. I hear that.
Yeah.
Do you think people are actually ready for it? You know, when people say, how deep do you think people take the vows? For better, for worse?
Nah. It's
Is it
words,
just-
bro.
To a lot of people's words.
Think about it. When you're writing your vows, right? You're thinking about two things. I'm not saying this from any experience. I've never written vows. Right? I'm just No, because people like to incriminate me on this podcast.
Just put it out there. Just
Hey, listen,
hey,
I've never been married. Right. So, but I think if you're writing vows, you're thinking about 100%. You're thinking about your wife, and you're also thinking that this is in front of people. So maybe
There's a performance
it might
aspect
be
to
the
it.
communication of it as well, that you might have added some things to make it sort of sound nicer and be all.
Why are you doing that though?
But
Like,
because like again, you're not gonna create a speech if you're talking to your wife, right? And it's a very important sort of thing. Yes, you're thinking about communication and how you're delivering it, but it's like you could be as raw as possible because one, you're already at that level with her. You're already vulnerable with her. You're able to tell her some deep stuff about you and all these type of things. There, when it's in front of people who are going to are supposed to clap at the end. Part of you, and I'm maybe I'm wrong, but I would assume part of you is like,
I don't think you should flave
your vows.
the important stuff. Just flave the minor stuff. Like the important stuff, keep that.
what's some minor stuff that you can flave?
I don't know. It's
Like, I love you.
just the extra. No,
Flame, I love you.
just the extras.
I
When
know
people
what
are
you mean, I know what you
making English sound nice and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do that. But the core of what it is should be from the heart.
100. I obviously I've never been in that situation, so I don't know how those vows sort of in your head get to the back seat. You know what I mean? Like, so you get married, like that's all a day. That's all like this high that you really
it's a
go
performance
through. It's
almost,
you're
yeah.
like, my vows. I told you how much I love you. All this, blah blah blah. Then you get back to the mundane of like, this is after the honeymoon, and you've already gone to mountaintops in different regions, and now you're relaxed.
It's very easy because like the vows are like the why behind whatever you're doing. So like, let's say if you even want to do fitness, you have a why. But let's say in January you're really strong on your why. March comes, you're starting to slack because you've forgotten it.
Yeah.
Because
It's constant
life
reminder.
stuff, everything like.
It also comes with familiarity as well. I mean, after a while, you just get used to seeing.
Yeah,
this
what's that
person.
statement?
So, like,
Familiarity breeds contempt.
Contempt.
Yeah.
I've always found that sort of intriguing. Do you think systems work? Do you think systems could work in sort of in relationships?
systems in what way? What do you
100%.
mean by systems?
For example,
yeah.
if you're gonna, when I, in the summer when I started, rubbing my stomach, it will be based on the system that I followed throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
Do you think? So what I mean is goals. Everyone has goals. Not everyone has systems to reach the goals. And do you think that, for example, I want to be a good husband to my wife, or we want to have a great relationship? Do you feel like systems help that?
I think so. Yeah,
100%.
You have to be intentional about it.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
just let it happen. I think you
Exactly.
need to
It's not
be
random.
intentional.
It's
It's
not
not,
ad
it's,
hoc.
yeah, it's not even let it just happen. It doesn't just happen. Do you get me? The second that happens, it's a decline.
Like
Straight
with
away.
anything that you want to do, it doesn't just happen. Like this studio, it didn't just happen. You guys thought about it. You have a system, a planned process of like getting things to where they are. So.
Yeah. I think 'cause I sat down. I was like, you know what? If I want to, because again, I'm always trying to improve myself, be better, be a better version of myself. But like, I'm seeing how that works with somebody else, like together. Like we have to have a system, our system.
Yeah, there needs to be an agreement of like,
I think to
Like,
make this thing better.
I was watching Jordan Peterson and he was giving advice to married couples, and he was just like, for marriage to kind of work and be successful, every single week you meet up and talk. Not about how it's like, did I do good this week?
Yeah.
What did I do bad? What can I improve on?
Yeah, bro.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
What can I do to make you happy? Like
Bro,
it's
don't ask your girl, are you happy, bro? Don't ask her.
but think about it, right? So, when I thought about that, logically speaking, right? If anything is wrong, you have 1 week to improve.
Yeah.
There's a week on week. So week on week
Check it,
adjustment opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are speaking once a year,
Yeah.
The amount of things that can go wrong.
bro, that 1 year could be the difference between a divorce or
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Because then here's the thing, right? I remember I was telling you about never split the difference, how to, like tactical empathy, how to sort of mirror and label, get more out of people when they're talking, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, so how does that make you feel? And the person says, oh, one, he's curious to how I feel, so it's safe.
Yeah.
Let me say how I feel, and they begin to tell you how they feel, and you realize that, oh my god, all like as in this would have never been said if I didn't ask for it to be said, or it would have come out in a way where it's like divorce or I'm breaking up, whatever it is. So you have to have those systems of constant curiosity of your own performance in the relationship. Like, like in terms of like, did you like ask the questions that you won't even like? Did you like where I took you? And she says, no, but all that is
Okay.
next time I'll take you a better place.
yeah,
That's all that really means.
It's data.
Yeah, it's all it is.
If you perceive it as just information and opportunity for me to make a better and well informed decision, like if you change your mindset in that way, it's like, okay, so did you like it? Yes or no? No. Okay, what didn't you like about it? Oh, I didn't like this. Oh, it's like, okay, so you don't like this and that. Cool.
Because what we would take that first as an attack on me.
On my ego.
You need to be open to that criticism. You need to be able to.
And I think part of the problem is people are unwilling to have uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, man. I'm trying my best to be comfortable with uncomfortable conversations. I'm even trying my best now to like. So someone said something to me the other day, and I responded so much like in a spiritual sort of with a spiritual answer, and I said, that wasn't helpful, wasn't it? And he goes, no, it wasn't. I was like, fair, but I was open enough to. You didn't need a spiritual answer there. You needed to care.
Yeah.
Like you didn't need Philippians 4. You know what I mean? How does that make you feel? Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I promise you, like you need to even have a level of self-awareness. Like, do you know how self-aware you were for you to be like, I'm going to answer a question. Ooh,
Yeah.
that wasn't helpful, was it?
Yeah.
Did you get me?
I've realized, I've obviously said what I've said, but I've realized while I was saying it that this is probably not the way to respond to this situation, because it's not because it's a bad answer, but because you have to be, because you're talking doesn't mean you're communicating, right? So like I have to realize that what does this person need for me to accurately give them the answer. And if somebody says something like, says whatever it is, I have to be okay with like pausing. As guys, right? Especially my household, like it's like have the answer. Like have the answer. Whenever someone asks, just have the answer. Somebody could come up to me about something I've never experienced in my life. It's like have the answer. Have the answer. So now I'm realizing, shut up for a second.
Yeah, that's
Pause.
really important. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know too much about that actually.
No, it's really important. Like, I think understanding how the other person receives information and how they also give information is really important. Having to learn that a lot myself. Have you guys actually? Something I've been like kind of reading up on a bit is attachment styles.
I've read about it. I haven't read
Attachment
it.
style. I took the test just to realize in your relationship it actually helps with knowing why people behave like certain ways and how they receive information different ways.
Okay,
it's really good. Like,
what are the different styles?
There's anxious.
Okay.
There's avoidant, and then there's secure. I think those are the three ones I know. I don't know if there's any more. But yeah, you find some people that are really secure in their relationship that it doesn't matter what the other person does, they're cool. Then there's people there's the avoidant is like when you guys are getting closer, they pull back. And then there's anxious is like they need constant reassurance and whatnot from their.
What do you fit into? Is man anxious?
Expose yourself.
Yeah, bro, you brought the topic up. You got to talk about it.
Well, with my parents, I'm actually quite secure.
Okay.
I'm my friend, I'm actually quite secure.
Yeah, with your partner.
With my partner,
I'm
moving towards secure.
I love that.
No, I'm actually moving towards secure.
But you have to move from somewhere where you
Slightly anxious.
okay. That's all right.
Yeah, slightly anxious. Yeah.
What would you, like, without doing the test, what would you say you were?
I'm
Because you're single now, fine boy.
Steve B, that's why he's dickhead.
people need to rest. People need to rest. I can't do anything.
Oh,
I can't do anything anymore.
So who were you?
I think naturally I would be avoidant. Avoidance, yeah.
That's interesting.
I would say I'm probably like a cross between anxious and avoidant. I see, thinking about it now, I'm probably a bit of those two. What would you say you are? I'm actually going to go do this test.
I want to do the test. I don't know what.
Actually, I lie.
I would assume I'm
avoidant
secure.
as well. Anxious avoidant. Yeah, I'm on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd be anxious avoidant.
Yeah, I would assume I'm secure, but
So
Who
there's
knows?
four:
Who
secure,
knows?
ambivalent,
What is
which is
four?
anxious, avoidant, and then there's disorganized.
Oh, disorganized, 100%. Oh, 100%. Disorganized. That sounds like me.
Yeah, disorganized.
Sounds like me.
How
Sounds
do we
like
get
me.
there?
From communication and
Yeah.
how you
Yeah.
receive
I
information.
actually, yeah. So I wanted to ask, so when you spoke to that person, give them the spiritual advice,
Yeah.
and why didn't you pivot straight away? Because I feel like you sensed that it may not have been enough. Why did you decide to ask or offer that it wasn't great, as opposed to, but this? Do you get me? Or and this
I wanted to show my awareness
to them? as
to
well.
them that not every religious answer is needed
Okay,
at certain times.
that makes sense. So it was a
It
teaching
was
moment.
a teaching
or
moment.
something.
Like,
Okay, that makes
hey,
sense.
listen, I'm aware that wasn't supposed
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
the
yeah,
case. But yeah, no, even in terms of communication, right? How do you guys learn? Do you and hear me on this? You both had your dads in your life, so in regards to your mom's teaching and your dad's teachings, one, who did you gravitate to in terms of trying to emulate, and two, who got through to you the most?
That's an interesting question. I think it depends on the situation. So in matters where I need somebody to be slightly more tender with me, I gravitate towards my mom. But like in matters where I need to like take action and do shit for my do shit for my life, my dad, because my dad is very really action orientated. He's like that guy, in terms of like progression. Like he's that kind of guy that was saying that when my son is 18, I want him to be thinking like somebody that's 23. So he kind of forced me to grow up like pretty quickly and stuff like that. So yeah, it just depends on what aspect. But if I wanted to talk to my mom with regards to something more careful,
Tender,
more tender, I'll talk to it. Talk to
Okay, that's
her.
so interesting. What about you?
I would say it's similar, very similar. So my dad is just like, whatever is worth doing well.
yeah.
Whatever you're feeling about it, doesn't matter. You need to get whatever it is
Action.
done to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
With my mom, it's like she listens. She like wants to know how you feel about certain things, and like she takes that time. Even the way like she approaches you, like you were mentioning Chris Foster's book, Never Split the Difference.
Yes.
Like her tone as well will change.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not just like sets
Push
the,
you
the
at
atmosphere,
ease.
push
Yeah,
you at
yeah.
ease. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So here's why I was that's why I asked that question, is because I was discussing about how I don't have any science behind it, I don't have any sort of facts behind it, but I think men follow men in terms of sort of action. So you both talked about how your dads were action orientated, like it's about
Or even pushed you to be
push
that.
you to like do,
Yeah.
right? Where your mom was sort of, how are you? So your dad was do, your mom was you. Like it was about
The person that
the
you are, type of
person.
thing
That was about the thing,
that you did.
right? Which is those two are needed, right? But I always think that, for example, how I'm going to communicate to my daughter would be mostly through words, but how I communicate to my son would be through what I'm doing.
Example, yeah.
Example, right? So, for example, my little brother, he's 18 now, but he's like, obviously he has two big brothers in the house. And so if he sees us get up at 6 a.m., he feels like he's doing something that's wrong by
not-
sleeping in bed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he just like,
Gets up at 6 a.m.
so he's into the practice as well. Well, my sister doesn't give a rat's if we're up at 6 a.m. right? But she might need like us to sit down and have a chat with her. And we found that sitting down to have a chat with her gets through to her further than any other thing, because she needed that sort of personal thing.
Yeah.
So then, because this is all based on some like a study I was doing about Genesis, bro. But you know shepherds in the Bible, not in the Bible actually, not in the Bible.
Shepherds generally.
Shepherds in the Middle East,
Yeah.
ancient Israel, all those that region were predominantly women.
really,
So here's the beautiful thing about God, is he uses Moses to tend flock, he uses Abraham to tend flock, he uses David to tend flock, he uses Jesus to call himself the great shepherd. So he uses people who weren't usually shepherds in that time to show the balance of care and like
Action.
example.
Yeah.
So men, like you know the way we always say, God doesn't use like God usually like uses the unqualified in a sense. You know that whole side of
the code.
they call it all that whole thing. But it's the whole idea of like this is not common for a man to be a shepherd, because it actually was like it's like almost like this sort of tedious work that it was like rabbis. Like if you ask any Jewish rabbi, they were like, "You guys think the 3 wise men were men?" And there's actually debate about that. Because there was male shepherds, but predominantly it was actually a woman's job. And you could do some research on it. It's like it's very. I was like, what?
Mad.
It blew my mind. But it was like, so then God using those men to be shepherds was sort of using the uncommon thing to show the example of like the balance that's needed.
Yeah.
Like we need the tenderness of the shepherd, but we also need that sort of leadership of the shepherd. Like so that's why the two things marry well. And then I got into the conversation of like, why do men not like to listen to women?
Context.
If a man came in here, and hear me, and this will actually hopefully would marry into your into 100-fold. If a woman comes in here, and I'm not saying this is for all men, right? But if a woman comes in here and sort of says, I'm a businesswoman, I do this and do this, like, not like we won't listen to them, but it's like, if a man comes in here, men are usually sort of receptive to the man
A lot more than
because we want to be the man. That's why I was thinking. That's how I was thinking in those lines. But why wouldn't we listen so much? I'm not saying we don't listen to women, because of course we listen to women, of course. Anyways, come on, quickly.
Of course you do. Yeah.
Well, you know, for example, you would hear for like in church settings,
It's rare to see a woman preaching.
a woman leading is like,
Yeah.
oh, and men sometimes don't want to hear that or whatever it is. So why is that the case? Do you guys know, or
Is there-
my theory right?
Could there be a link between that and I guess the culture that we are predominantly in? I think there could be a link.
Could be.
Do you get me? Because like Africans, that whole thing, you know what it is. We all know what it is.
Yeah.
You get me? So could there be a link, or would you say you also feel that kind of across the board? Do you get me?
Yeah, I don't have much of a context outside of my sort of context to see how men are receptive to like women. Like for example, you know, there's obviously we know now women are doing so many amazing things in all across the field in life, just period.
full stop, yeah.
But it's like men are not. I think we're just more receptive to men. Though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like obviously, like if you see someone that looks like you, you're gonna be more open to whatever they have to say. So that's something.
Or for example, your YouTube search, your YouTube like sort of suggestions.
Yeah.
Or who you watch on YouTube. Are there a lot of women in there?
No. I'll be honest. I'd say a lot of my like that kind of content. If I'm watching podcasts, would be kind of male centered.
Yeah.
People giving advice to be male centered. Like. But I think a lot of it is more. So there's two things for me, right? And this is interesting, actually. I actually heard the opposite. So a woman was actually talking about. She says, "I don't like taking advice from men."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she goes, the reason why, he goes, she watched there's this YouTuber called Casey Neistat. He was on Steve Bartlett's show, right? And his kind of life story is like, oh, I had a kid from really, really young, and I had to go to New York, and I kind of slaved away until I became the man that I am now.
Yeah.
She was watching it, and she was just like, okay, so you worked as a kitchen porter, and you did all these things, but what about your child?
Yeah.
Where was your child? Right. And when I watched it, I was just like, okay, so there's this style of communication between the two that will kind of help whoever is receiving it. So I think there's probably a link between like there's a manner in which a guy will communicate to me via video or in person that will probably kind of hit me better or more, or I'll understand it immediately without you needing to provide so much context because the foundation is, okay, we're both men. We're both black. We're both this. So there's so many conversations we don't need to have.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So okay, you can now just give me the information, and I've just received it. Do you get me? As opposed to like the struggle of a black man and a black woman, completely different. So there's so many other things in how you would communicate to me that I'll probably be like, oh, but why didn't you just do this instead?
Yeah.
but she can't.
Yeah.
Her life is different to mine. Do you get me? So I think
the
there's
relatability, yeah.
exactly. So I think maybe in communication style and what can be communicated is probably why guys would probably look to guys for information as opposed to look to women, and then vice versa as well.
Okay, so I agree. I think that's sort of, again, my YouTube search, the people I listen to are mainly men, and that's not because I don't like any like women. It's just like, if I do listen to women, it would be like 90% men and 10% women. But that's not. It's not something that I've only realized until I was having this conversation. Like, I listen to the women around me. I definitely talk to them a lot. In fact, I talk to more women than I talk to men
In your real life.
in real life.
Yeah.
But in terms of like maybe something to pass down, it'd be more, even music guys like rap. You don't have many guys who will listen to Nicki Minaj. I'm not saying that there's not, I'm not saying, of course, but it's like her fan base is mainly
But then,
whatever you call it.
but I'd say the difference between that is content.
Yeah, no, but
You get
right,
me?
but then I know Jay-Z's probably audience is mainly males, but like
Yeah.
he would have more of a balanced audience than Nicki. Or J. Cole will have more of a balance. Go to the concerts, bro.
No,
Go to 50 Cent.
I know,
Okay.
I hear you, but I feel like when it comes to rap, there's a slight difference.
Okay.
And
I'm
that's
just
because
using that-
like
I was just using that as a sort of.
okay, that's fine.
That's one example
Yeah.
of that thing. Whether there could be so much nuance in that, but then church.
Yeah, like even like, you go to church and they bring in guest speakers.
Yeah.
How many of them are women
Right,
over
but
the course of a year,
if-
as
even,
opposed to
even at that, right?
yeah, or even your pastor's wife preaching.
That's what I'm trying to say. Even at that,
Like, yeah.
mainly when we look at these things, right, and it goes back to sort of that concept of the shepherd. If a man is able to communicate well and pastor well, he gets the whole pie. You know what I mean? I think sometimes, and it's interesting because, like, for example, I think Sarah Jakes is a great preacher,
She is.
but I think women love her more than men, and that, do you know what I mean? Whereas Apostle Samuel, you don't think about it's all about men. It's like it's about everybody.
You don't think of gender when you think of
Salmon, do you know what I mean? Is it so? Is this a problem with guys, or is this like that's just the way it is?
I think, could it also be the whole idea of like men being the head? No, I'm
I
just
was
throwing.
thinking that, and that was the question I
I'm
wanted to
just
ask
throwing it
as well.
out
Yeah,
there.
I
I'm
was
just throwing it
thinking
out there
that.
because I could be my idea could be wrong.
Yeah.
But like, could it be that whereby if you're in a leadership position as a man, your gender doesn't even come into question. It's something that isn't seen. It's then about kind of how well do you lead, how well do you speak, and everything that you can give as a leader, as opposed to if you're a woman that leads, it's kind of like, oh, but she's a woman, and then it's everything else that you can do. Do you get me? So I think if the general kind of, or the mass perception is the man is the head or the man is the leader, then that becomes the baseline. So then maybe in people's subconscious, women leading might be deviating away from kind of what they know to
what
be
a normal.
normal.
From the patriarchy.
The patriarchy, huh? But yeah, that was I found it very interesting, that sort of dynamic, because I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, because we know how we learn. Like not everybody knows how we learn, but we're kind of aware of who we follow to learn certain things. You know, and men don't usually tend to do that towards to the opposite sex. We more so stay with what's familiar, which is okay. You know, but I just found it interesting.
To be honest, I think that in the realization of that, you can give yourself a phenomenal edge as a human being.
Yeah.
Do you get me? As in, okay, so who are the women that people aren't listening to? What do they have to say?
Yeah.
Did you get me? All of a sudden, you've opened yourself to this wealth of knowledge that you would never have opened
because
yourself to
it's
prior.
not your tendency to do that. Yeah.
So there's opportunity there, I guess.
100-fold. Talk to me. What is that about?
Yeah.
What is, like, talk about the concept.
We
behind it.
have something to say, but we'll get to it later. It's a bit kind of difficult-ish, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Wonderful. Talk to me.
So I think it was around just like this time last year, maybe like 2 weeks before. Yomi
So
was
December
reading-
2022.
Yeah, you were reading a book, Think and Grow Rich, and in it, it was talking about having like a group, community like minds and all that kind of stuff. And he was saying that'd be so sick if we had it. I know like a handful of people and stuff, and we're like, yeah, that'd be cool. Cut the call. I think he calls me back like straight away or something like that. He was like, let's just do it. Let's just
Because
do
in the
it.
book it also talks about, so apart from saying like deliberately seek the company of people who help you achieve the life you desire. I've memorized that quote so many times.
Oh boy, like passage.
Yeah, but then it also in the book it also talked about taking action.
Yeah.
So of course, like you're reading something, you want to apply it. So straight away, it's like, bro, instead of like saying this would be nice to have, let's just do it.
Yeah. And like the main issue that like, let's say we would have run into like on our own personal journeys is that, let's say you're reading like a book like Rich Dad Poor Dad and you start thinking about different things and it's like, all right, this is cool. How many other people around me my age are thinking about these different things? And like there's no one really there that you can like gel with and pour into. That's one issue. And then there's also the issue of like, there's older guys that are successful. They've done things, but we don't have access to them.
We don't see them. They're not out there. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know where they are, where they chill. So like, that's an issue. And then those older guys as well, they are at their level and they're looking for young people like us that have energy and just need direction. They're looking for us to pour the wisdom into. They don't know where we are and they don't know how to like meet us at our level. So there's a few different issues there that we decided that we would kind of like solve through creating the community of young people, getting the older guys to come in and like pour into us, share their expertise on whatever domain they have. The 3 pillars that we have are personal, professional, and financial. So within that, there's so many different things that we can get a speaker to come in and talk about. So, and that's what happens at our monthly hangout every month. So yesterday we had the first hangout of 2024.
Yeah.
So we had Afolabi come in to speak to the men. He kind of talks about, let's say, financial stuff as well as professional stuff. We also had Grace Oladipo come in and talk to our new cohort of women.
Yes.
So initially we started out as just for men, and I guess you can talk about why we started out just for men.
Yeah, we started off just for men because there wasn't that much space for black men.
For sure.
There wasn't that kind of space. We didn't see the space, so we thought we'd just create the space. So that's kind of why we started out for men initially. And yeah, we just kick-started it then. But then as we continued throughout the year of 2023 was like we experienced growth. And we just thought like, what we're experiencing here, it can't stop here. Like we'd love for the women to experience this as well. But then of course, maintain that space, because guys, what we found out was that guys started talking. Like boys were talking about mental health issues. Black men were talking about mental health issues in these rooms that they wouldn't ordinarily talk about. But we know that if there's a woman in that room, they probably wouldn't want to.
It changes the dynamic. Like
changes the dynamic, and they wouldn't want to.
It's not talk about mental health anymore. It's talk about how much money he has now, isn't it?
He's talking about 20 different.
Bro, this one investment stuff.
But like we
120,000 investment.
Yeah, we start seeing guys being very, very vulnerable because you can see, because the struggle is similar, and we're all able to like share different things. So yeah, even though we've expanded and we've grown and we have women on board, we've still maintained the seclusion for the men. So we have a men's room and a women's room every month. Now that's the.
And every week or every month?
Every
Once a
month, the first Saturday every month. And it's important to note that we didn't actually say, oh, let's just do it for women. Like women were coming to us saying, oh, we want one for ourselves. Where's our own?
They always be at this though. Women will always be at this though. Let us have our own thing, boys.
We can't have anything.
Start your own 1,000-fold or 50-fold everyday women. No, but do you know what? I think obviously being at a few, especially at the start, was such a new thing for that sort of thing. Especially that I've seen, and I noticed a few things when we talk about reinforcing sort of behaviors or patterns amongst boys, like that's such a big thing. I don't think many boys or many men in this country, black men, have communities where sort of the values, behaviors, things that they want to see are reinforced by other people. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, man wants to, I want to grind. But then I look at my mate and he's like, he has his headset on playing FIFA. I'm like, maybe I should just be with him, just play that thing, rather than if I see him saying, yeah, let's grind as well, then I get more motivation. 3 of us,
Changes,
4 of
yeah,
us.
like-
If like, do you know how these Asians, some of these Asian guys, how they move? They move
Bro.
communal.
Everything's
Bro,
communal.
it's crazy.
communal.
And that's what we need to do. Like, that's what we noticed, that just being in the room.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, like, at this point, I'm almost tired about people asking me what the 100-fold hangout is about.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'd find that some people might ask you from a place of skepticism because they don't know what it's about and it's new,
Yeah.
right? But it's like, just come to the room.
Yeah.
Because even for us, every time before a hangout, we're probably a bit apprehensive. We don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
But when people start talking, the
Yeah.
energy in the room that's bouncing off, the inspiration that people are getting just by hearing that this person has bought 6 houses, he's a black man, he wasn't even born here. He's bought 6 houses. So this guy owns a construction company where he's handling like billions.
Yeah.
And he's saying that I'm almost 50. I'm looking for, will I hand my business over to
that doesn't look like me.
like, what about these young guys? You know, these things happen and they're in this country. So
Yeah.
it's just like
I
when
think-
you see somebody that does something, you have that possibility in your mind that, okay, this guy looks like me. He's probably had more resistance than I have, so I can probably do the same thing.
I think the one thing about the 100-fold collective that I really like is let's say you're 30 now and you're sitting across the guy that's 40 years old. And it's like, oh, I have a company just like, so if I change my systems,
Patterns,
change my patterns, in 10 years I could be either where he is or even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know,
If anything's
it's
a
the
motivation.
power. It's
Yeah.
really the power of
Yeah.
being in the room. Like
Yeah.
even like the times I was there was like, what's your goals? I don't know if you still do it. But like,
yeah.
it's like,
That's one of the core things.
that's
that
the
we've
core
held on to,
things,
yeah.
right? It's like what's your goal? Like,
Okay.
so
So
what's
to
your
explain
goal?
it, so every hangout we have a goal setting session where,
Yeah.
apart from all the inspiration and the feeling in the room, we need like tangible results that we're all working towards. So you set a goal for the next hangout. So by the next hangout, I want to achieve this, and these are the things that I'm going to do to make that
sure.
happen.
Okay.
And then at the next hangout, we come and we say, okay, I achieved the goal. I didn't achieve the goal. Why do you think you achieved it? Why do you think you didn't achieve it? What do you think
That's
you can do better
really
for
sick.
next time so you can achieve? And then you set another goal for next time, and then rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
And this thing works, so
it does.
I mean, there's evidence. I mean, there's a guy, one of the guys who started with us from the jump. He 6 months in, he said the first goal he said was he wanted to buy a house. 6 months in, because he was in the room getting information from people who've done it before. The guy's got his house 6 months in.
And there's a thing as well about, because we also open it up to the floor, and like you can say, okay, this is my goal for the next month. This is what I'm going to do to achieve it. But also, when you come the next month, you can say, this was my goal. I achieved it. I didn't achieve it. And you're saying that to the group. So it's like a thing of being accountable to the group as well, not just yourself.
Yeah.
So
I think even I think the first one I went to, and I was like, I remember my goal that time being, I need to sleep.
yeah, you're tired, bro.
Legit, that was my goal.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Did you sleep?
Yeah, no. At that time, at that period, I had a bit of a rest, so I was more rested. I was more like relaxed for the next. I was like, yeah, my goal sort of was achieved. Like I did sleep because at that time, specifically at the time that I came first, I was, and I realized this about sort of busyness, right? And I know this won't go too far left, but it's like busyness is everyone's busy, right? Or people could, people that do a lot of stuff could be busy, but if you schedule yourself well, I know it sounds like
Your
it's
manager
normal.
is.
I know it sounds like 1 + 1 = 2, but it's like my brain is cleared up. It's like last 2 months, I have space now. I literally have space to think.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because what was happening is I had all these tasks to do every single day, but I was starting them at like 7 p.m. It's meaning that I'm sleeping at 4 a.m. But I've got to be up now in the next 4 hours. So then it's like it's this whole like you don't have time to do anything because you have a lot of things to do. But really, if you would just schedule them well
Schedule yourself.
and just keep at that schedule every single day, what I was just seeing, my brain was just clearing up.
Also,
5
you can
o'clock, bro. The other day on Friday.
But this guy was messaging inside the group chat. We're like, David?
Yeah.
what is going on here? But I was like, oh yeah, I've done this. We can do this. Yo, when can you send me this, David?
I just have space. Bro, I had so much space. On Friday, bro, I I went to the gym twice, boys.
Twice.
I went in the morning and I did all my tasks that whole day. Around 6 o'clock.
You're bored
Still
now.
never go again.
that's
Wait,
it.
but do you know what I mean? So like that was a big goal for me that I'm almost sort of really realizing now. When it comes to like resting, but just having that space where, like, and I think it's big, boys, because beyond that, I'm even in the chat now where it's like, okay, if we have our schedule for the week, we put it in, we snap it, we keep ourselves accountable to those type of things there, and you can't really like go in and around that. Like you should be in control of your own schedule. Not being in control of your schedule means that anybody, if they say, Steve goes, let's go to the park, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be here at 2:30. If I don't have that in my schedule, if I know that, okay, for example, I say I have to be in the studio at 2:30 because I need to like fix something in the studio. If I have a schedule, I know I have to be here at 2:30. If I don't have a schedule, it's a task. I have to be in the studio to fix something. Whenever I get to do that, is whatever. So if you hit me up at 11, like, bro, 2:30, let's go park. Then I'm like, yeah, I could go park because then after, because it's only a task. But if it's schedule, I'm so sorry, bro, I can't go at that
You
time.
can say no.
I can say no. I realize I can say no.
It gives you the
Yeah.
opportunity
It's
to
sweet.
say no.
Sweet.
I can say no.
It's a
Right?
discipline to say no as well.
Yeah, but so we have to put that in, and there's points for every sort of thing you do. I think Steve Barlett does this, right, with his sort of group. If you have the least points in the week,
You get kicked out.
out you go. So Mandem have got kicked out. Yeah, you know people have got kicked out. Mandem have got kicked out of the group for a week, and it's just, ego. You don't want to get kicked out of the group. So
Trust me, it won't happen again.
all my task boys.
It won't happen again.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again. You know? So it's that type of vibe where it keeps you. All I'm talking about is like that sort of community around you that keeps you accountable, that reinforces the same sort of thing that you want to do. Is so powerful for you sort of achieving your goals.
So just to even piggyback to the other conversation, I think, remember what you were saying about kind of men communicating versus women communicating to you from leadership position and stuff.
Yeah.
I think this is probably why here.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So like you guys said when you got a group of guys together, all of a sudden guys are opening up. Do you get me? There's community here. There's people are speaking to you in a way that you just understand.
Yeah.
Of course, you're gonna feel free.
So beneficial,
Do you get me?
man. So
And then
beneficial.
also, with the group chat, you're creating environments that work that work naturally to you as a man.
Yeah.
You're competitive. Oh, I don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah.
Oh, your ego. I will affect your ego unless you get your shit done. Do you get me?
Get
And
your
like,
work done,
I
yeah.
think these are kind of the moments and examples that you see those things play out. Do you
Play
get me?
well. No, big ups to that, like for sure. I think
That was
the
almost
question.
a flop.
I was
That was almost a flop.
I was like big.
Yeah,
Big.
So originally,
Yeah.
so I guess he raised it up with me, and I thought about it, but it's actually been resolved in this
Yeah,
conversation.
in the conversation.
But
By the
originally,
girls.
but originally it was kind of like, did you guys split too early? Because when you first started, I was like, this is a thing for men. Men need this. This is really, really sick. Like, and then you're including women, which is amazing. Let's make that clear. But like, it was kind of like, oh, but like, what about the guys? But like, obviously, you then said split up. Like,
That's
I think what's important is one thing
two
to note is that.
specific environments here.
So when the idea came, because apparently I'm the dreamer in the group, yeah.
Yeah.
So the guys were like, we shouldn't do this too soon. Some of them were on the fence about it,
Apprehensive. Yeah.
apprehensive about it. But one thing, Joseph was in the room. Joseph made sure that we got our messaging right and made sure that yes, we're coming together, but we need to be distinct in our communication to people to let them know that look, we're not letting go of what we have for the men, just so that they know that space is still there for them. So what we plan to do is that once a month we have once a month we have the hangout, the 104 hangout, separate for men, separate for women.
Yeah.
And at the end, after we're all done, then like it was yesterday, we put it out on social media. Everybody started communicating, networking, mixing together, going in and out of each other's rooms, whatever was happening. But then, at the end of each quarter, we will have a mixer.
Yeah.
So one mixer where we're able to recap what was being set up already,
Nice. Yeah.
and then have a male speaker, a female speaker come through. So everybody's in that same room. And I was telling Stephen on the way here, this is still an idea. Just said we'll run it by you, don't worry. But like, the idea is that, we'll have breakout sessions. So because now
He's growing.
space is becoming a problem now.
Wow.
Yeah, space is becoming a
Wow,
problem. We
so
sold
good.
out. We won't say that. We actually sold out yesterday. And this is
amazing.
a bit of a testimony. We started off with 7 men. We sold
Yeah.
out 70 tickets. People were messaging, can I come yesterday as well. So like,
Wow.
the demand is there. But like, so yeah. So instead of having everybody, let's say, I don't know how many people will release the tickets to for the mixer, but like we'll have breakout sessions and everybody can now share what goals they've been working on. So we're having, yes, we have it separate, but then we're still having that sense of community where everybody still comes together and knows what each other's doing and learning from one another. I think that's really,
It's really good.
yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, no, that was our thing.
Yeah, bro, like-
You were worried about that.
I was,
Yeah.
and obviously that was from an outside perspective. It was like, outside and sort of inside. From when I've been in the sessions, I know the emphasis was on black men.
Yeah.
And then again, I remember I used to do Brotherhood. I used to do like a thing, it was more Christian things just for boys. And then who came? All the girls.
Of course.
Where's
It's
our
called
own?
brotherhood.
Where's our own? I was like, so then what we do? We said, okay, we'll do like literally a mixer. We did the hood. So we said everyone, all the girls can come in and they enjoyed it. Like it's cool. Go away now.
Yeah.
And then we did our. So it became a thing where we tried to do like the hood once in a while. So I think the assumption was, and what I said to groups, I was like, yo, let's question them on that when they come out, because it's like, have the boys lost that thing? Have they lost
The essence.
the
basically.
black men thing?
Yeah.
Or but the fact that it's separate, it's still, that's a brilliant sort of
Yeah, you have to. You need
Yeah.
to. Like even with like say rappers and stuff like that, when they're coming up, they have their core group.
Yeah.
And they build everything around those people, and then they start getting commercial success, and then they start like looking to
Yeah.
appease that,
Yeah.
but they're isolating
Their core group.
Exactly. Is isolating the right word?
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I can't. I know the word, but I can't
Yeah.
think of it now. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing for us. It's like we need to make sure that the guys feel the love.
Yeah,
the
as
way
well.
they've been feeling it from the beginning. So, and then also the women as well. So we have a team of women as well.
Yeah, 4 women.
Because like part of it is like we're able to like come up with topics and things that would work with guys because we're guys. We know our struggles.
yeah.
For women, we can't really speak to that
Exactly.
as well as a woman would. So we have a team of 4 women that have joined us since the mixer in December. We took people's names and we talked to them, just scoping them out. And so we have 4 people on the team now. They ran the first women's
Shout out
100
to
film.
them.
How was that? How was that?
Feedback from the ladies was good. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
From what I was even in, because we weren't in the room. We were
Yes,
in the
of
room
course,
at the
you can't-
start.
But we were hearing them.
We were hearing them
Oh,
laughing.
when they
and-
shout, yeah!
I think the feedback from them was really good. I mean, I spoke to my sister.
It's emotional. I'm joking. I apologize. I apologize. No, but for real though, even the girls that you guys have on the leadership, they're really like, as in, the names. Some of the names on there, like some amazing girls doing some amazing things. So, and if anything, the girls are in great hands as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just love. My favorite thing about the 100-fold is the fact that you man are always looking at the generation ahead
sir.
to say like, how can we draw from these man? Do you know, how can we how can we like the leverage that these guys
Do you know what it is?
give
Yeah?
us?
I think with our generation, we are very intelligent. Like our generation is we're very intelligent, and there's tendency for us sometimes
Arrogant,
to be arrogant and not want to listen to them.
Yeah.
But we need wisdom.
But like, you see, like sometimes in a way, like I see that they've taken a massive step coming here. Like that's like, I don't think there's many of us in our generation that can actually take that kind of step, not knowing where you're gonna land, how you're gonna eat,
Bro,
and
some
take
of
that
us,
leap.
some of us,
Yeah.
I was actually deep in it. Like, your mom probably came here with pregnant and a kid at 25.
Yeah.
Heavy,
At your age.
heavy on
At
the
your
pregnant
age.
though.
Could you-
Heavy on the pregnant
I don't
guys.
think I have the capacity
We know when
for
she
it.
was pregnant.
I don't think I have the capacity for that kind of thing.
And to be dealing with like people that don't want you in the country.
With serious racism. You could probably do it now. They will just accept you. You know what I mean? But but back in 1999,
Yeah.
bro.
2000, where they're asking you, oh,
You're spin on people back then.
literally.
So that's why it's important. We just thought like these people have wisdom. They've seen things,
100%.
and what we want from them is the encouragement.
Yeah.
We let them know that we have the strength, we have the wherewithal to go and take those actions. But like, what can we do? Like, how can you help us? How can you push us from behind to support us to achieve our dreams? And that's what we have now. That's what.
Yeah,
It's great.
That's a. So, because you said something earlier, and I think you're reiterating what he is saying. You said energy, but we need direction. And so that's like a biblical like sort of premise as well. I think it's a general one as well, but it's like zeal without understanding. Like you know how like young people, especially like say in the church, wherever, it's like they just get born again, and everything is holy.
Youthful exuberance.
Bro, slow down. Let's
You're going nowhere. You don't know. Fast.
You're going nowhere, and there's no speed.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's true. We for every bit of energy we have, we do need that a bit of direction, and it's okay to know that I've got the energy and I need the direction, because I think it's all about sustainability, right? It's like okay, cool. Because here's the thing: you can make that million very quickly, and you can lose it very quickly. What they give you is sort of the leverage of how to sustain these things, how to have patterns, how to have
Grounding that
systems,
you need,
boundaries, all these type of things that keep you in a sort of keep you sustaining what you already have been able to accumulate yourself. You know, so I think that whole thing is great, and fair play to you boys. Like, what does 2024 look like? I know it's still relatively new in a sense, and in terms of like, how many sessions have you done? Like 6, 7?
Last year we did 8 or 9 sessions.
Okay.
8 or 9 sessions. I think the 9th one would have been the mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 9th one was the mixer. So initially, like when you're starting off, we just thought every 6 to 7 weeks that we were going to do this thing.
Yes.
And then it was your brother Smiley
Yes.
in this room. He was like, "No, you guys need to do it every month. Like, we need this thing more frequently." So then we shifted it to every month. So yeah, answering your question, what does 2024 look like? It's gonna be like, we have it all basically planned that we have eight hangouts. So we have hangout January that we had the other day.
February.
Hangout in February, mixer in March, and so on and so forth. So 8 hangouts, 4 mixers,
Okay.
and then we're introducing workshops as well, because there's only so much you can talk about in the hangouts, right? You have all these experts coming and they can only touch on so much, but then people want to learn actually how to actually go out and apply these things. So we're introducing workshops. So we've been very good to the community, where we've been offering the hangouts for free.
Hey, he's about to talk about some. Hey.
I think that's important. People need to know that we've been,
You've been
let's pat ourselves on the back, bro. We've been
Well done.
funding these. Well done, bro.
Even pat me on the back too. When we used to see that studio, I was giving discounts.
as well. We've getting discounts
We
as
paid,
well.
Sha.
You paid
we paid
without any hassle.
Discounted, yeah.
But it was a discounted rate.
But like,
So put
to
David's
provide
name
more
there.
value, to provide more value for the community, we're going to introduce workshops starting from Q2, second quarter of the year.
Yeah.
And also will help us to also fund the 100-fold collective, so that we can actually do more for the community.
100%, yeah.
Socio-economic benefit for the community is what we're all about.
See, that's what I love to hear that, and I think we should be okay with saying like, yeah, listen, we need to fund this, like, not because we're trying to benefit from it, but because we want it to be better for you guys. I think the issue sometimes is like, second we start talking about money, everyone's just, why do you need money? Why not?
But you know what's so beautiful is that we actually have been encouraged, because people have actually willingly said, hey, I'd like to give you money. I mean, there was one lady who messaged the page and was like, I really love that. This was when it was just for men. It was a lady that messaged the page, and she was like, I really love what you're doing. Can I send you money? And she sent us €100.
Do you know what? Yeah, sorry. Just put a pin in that. See, women are amazing supporters.
Oh boy.
No.
I'm not even joking about that.
I'm not even joking. That's not even cap. Like we put up tickets for a live show. Women.
Bro. It's just girls, big girl.
One guy. Women. Like it's actually such an amazing thing, and I think like it's something I've always seen for a long time. It's just like when you do something that women supports,
bro, you're supported for life. You're supported.
So anyway,
bro.
continue. We just need to shout out.
Yeah, and then one of the sessions, one of the guys, I was even rolling on the floor that day, man. I was rolling on the floor because we were just talking about the 100-fold collective and what we were about, you know. And then one of the guys just goes, "Surely this thing costs money. How are you guys funding it? Like up until now, we've been using our own money and any little money that we've been able to get from elsewhere." And he was like, "Should I say the amount?
Say,
Here's 500 euro."
Wow,
That's crazy.
Wow.
And then another guy was like, "Oh yeah, 100 euro."
Yeah.
Another guy was like,
What? So
"Yeah,
you might
100
up now?
well, no, but you know what it is? Do you know what it is? We've had to pay for other things again.
Of course, of course.
this costs money, man.
And the more you scale up, the more it costs.
Yeah,
so
it costs
that's
more,
just
yeah,
how it
yeah.
is, bro. And
costs
So
more.
we
these
need to
things-
find
yeah.
creative ways to make money to cover the cost that also adds value to the community. It's not just to make money. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
money, yeah.
it has to add value, and then okay, yeah, we're making money, and then we can invest it back into what we're doing. So.
Even on the tickets that sold out, people were messaging us and saying, "Can we come? Can we still come?" Like, yeah, sure, pull up. But we didn't make it public out there because it would have been too uncontrolled.
Yes, 100%.
But one of the girls, I was actually so impressed. She sent a message back saying, "Oh, thank you so much for letting me come. I still want to pay though. How can I pay you guys?" I'm like, "Rah, that's actually crazy.
fair.
People see the value and they still want to support."
I think that's the thing. I feel, when it comes to, so any wealth building thing you read or watch, there's one thing that's always consistent. If you provide value,
Yeah.
you will never go broke.
Yes, yes.
Do you get me? And that's from well-meaning people like these guys saying that, like, "Oh no, you give me something for free. I can't just take from you. I need to give." And then as well as like I'm selling a product that's valuable. Do you get me? And I think it's amazing that like this is an accurate representation of that kind of thing. You're providing value and people.
Providing value,
yeah.
people
yeah.
give back to you.
Yeah. Where's your head up, boys?
Yeah, where's the head up, please?
I will start. I'm excited to enter the fasting phase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing 21 days. Because I feel like it just helps. I think it's being at the start of the year, like helps reinforce kind of
Yeah.
the goals that you have set for yourself,
Yeah,
and make sure that at least for the first months, you stick to it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
But like, I'm happy. I'm excited to enter that kind of phase. So yeah. What about you?
For me, I'm optimistic about the year. Like I feel a lot of like good energy. Last year, there was a lot of lessons. Let's just say in like work.
Yeah.
I had way more lessons than wins in work.
Okay.
Like taking those lessons into this year, like
Yeah.
I already know like things are gonna be different. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
excited to get stuck in
Sick.
the 100-fold. Just feel really grateful.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy where we're at right now, and like the plans that we have for the future, the team that we have. Like I'm very excited, very happy, and like it's just the beginning. Music as well, like.
I want them to
Great-
do
great plans, man.
But I was just about to. I was actually about to ask you, how do you plan? Do you have anything in place for managing your time? Because if everything scales the way you want it to, it's going to eat into your time.
Yeah.
Music, because music requires you to be away. 100-fold requires you to be here and then also work as well.
Yeah. I think I need to make sure my calendar is up to date. So like my schedule.
Yeah.
I also need to make waking up early
A thing.
habit. Like
Yeah.
a habit. Like whether
Bro,
it's
hop into the group chat, bro. If you don't wake up at that time, you're out.
yeah, I don't know. You guys are intense.
Do you need to like message the group chat at that time?
Oh, yeah?
You're up, yes.
Is it 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.?
6.
6 a.m. isn't bad. 6 a.m. is bad. But yeah, like I'm gonna start with either 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. because I want to get gym done in the morning out of the way. So that means I have my evenings to do whatever I want to do. If I want to chill, do music stuff. So
100%,
yeah, time management is pretty much it. Like you can do a lot if you manage your time
Yeah,
and
time
wake up
well.
early.
100%.
So
What about you? Where's your head up?
Genesis 26:12.
What is
Yes.
And Isaac sowed in that land, and in the same year he reaped 100-fold
Sir.
because the Lord God blessed him. That's pretty much where my head is at. The 100-fold collective.
it? Is that where the name came from?
That's where the name came from.
That's
I had to
sick,
drop that
innit?
in somehow.
I was actually going to ask, what I know the answer, Shab, but I
Yeah.
wanted people to hear it
That's
as well.
sick.
That's the thing, yeah.
That's really nice.
Just keep on sowing. Just keep on sowing. And like Stephen as well, a lot of lessons from last year. I think having the 100-fold last year was a new thing. So life got busier. You know, there was work, there was other things. You know, trying to grow that. So having learned how we've built up a system of how things work, I think just being more intentional about scheduling time and putting things into place. Because I'm also doing the masters as well, like part time. So that's taking a lot of my time. So yeah, growing the 100-fold, being intentional with my time and my health as well. That's where my head's at.
What about you?
For me, bros, it's more so this week it was mainly health. In terms of like, shout out to Yams Fitness, he's doing his thing through me. Oh boy. Do you know what was mad? I've eaten all throughout the week. I've eaten like 3 times a day, a snack, a pre-workout, as a post-workout meal as well. So I'm eating like bears during the day, and I've not felt bloated. I've not felt like, there's like when you don't finish one Nigerian meal, and you're heavy.
You're bloated for the next 2 days.
Yeah,
Your stomach hasn't recovered for 2 days.
Yeah, So I think I'm finishing every single day, and I'm still feeling like good and stuff like that. And working out, just keeping it consistent. Don't worry, the results are not here yet, guys. But I promise you, summer I'll be running my stomach. I did, but yeah, no, I feel good in that regards, and I'm just I'm in the space of learning. I always sort of get into this like season, usually at the end of a year into the start of the next year. Like I always get into a season of just like, how can I freshen my learning for the year? Like, how can I just again, I'm leading stuff that I have to be fresh for every week. So my consumption levels at this time of the year is immense. I take in so much, so I can have enough. I'm not to say that I can't learn throughout the year, but it's like so I can have enough in the
This
bank.
is the time you have space and time.
To just consume a lot.
When does the OC come back?
In 2 weeks, so 23rd of Jan.
Yeah,
So then I can just sort of give it that new material, that new content. So it's consumption season, it's working on yourself season, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where head is at. 100-fold, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it, boys.
Appreciate you, boys.
For having us.
Where can we find you?
The 100-fold Collective on all platforms. Instagram.
No, you say Instagram. Put that cash. No, I had the intention. I had the intent.
Money you can have it. Just give them 100-fold. But yeah, the 100-fold Collective.
Yeah.
Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. I think that's about it.
That's it. Elevate at the 100-fold.
.com.
.com.
No, elevate at the 100-foldcollective.com.
Sweet.
Sir.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much.
Guys, if you liked it, please like, share, comment. People don't share actually. Just comment and like.
Just comment and
Just like and comment.
Comment and like.
I will see you on the next one. Love.